just went bought me a laundry machine, so I can keep washing money. Them gon' act like they down with the team, but they ain't get nothing from me. I have to get dripped before I hit the scene.
What's good? It's your boy Big Nardo, back with another live reaction. Finna head back up north, man, back up there to the tri-state area and see what's going on with Diddy. Apparently his close assistant has started to reveal some of the information that he has. And you know, if you're a guy in power and you got a personal assistant, they probably got some inside information on the things you got going on. So we're gonna check out this video together, man, see what's going on, see what's happening, see what they talking about with Diddy, man.
A former assistant of Sean Diddy Combs is revealing more about his time working for the now embattled mogul.
I don't feel bad for Diddy because he probably did some wild stuff, but this is very revealing, you know what I'm saying? And not even just about Diddy, but just about the entertainment industry as a whole. We know that he's not the only one that's doing he's not the only one that's doing it, you know what I'm saying? That don't make it right, of course, but entertainment, Hollywood, media as a whole, man. As a whole, it all feels kind of nasty.
He knew
at the
about
moment.
Diddy's alleged drug-fueled parties. I'm talking about Bill Pines, who worked.
This Diddy assistant. I got a lot of thoughts, man. I'm gonna have to start up a Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come subscribe to my Patreon so I can share y'all my unfiltered thoughts. I want y'all to guess what I'm thinking right now, though. Oh, hey.
Worked as Diddy's senior executive assistant from 2019 through 2021. Now, Phil.
You gotta rock with people you know, man. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
That was kind of important. Obviously, as a personal assistant, you know lots about your high-powered boss, including things he may not have wanted in the public. But at this point, we have already learned so much about Diddy's alleged actions. And to have a boss who's already sitting behind bars charged with federal sex trafficking and more, it seems nothing is really off limits. Now, last month, Phil filed a lawsuit against his former boss, accusing Diddy of ordering him to coordinate, supplement, and even clean up these alleged drug-fueled parties called Wild King Nights.
Wild King Nights. What the hell's doing on the Wild King Nights,
What are Wild
man?
King Nights? Well, according to Phil, they are the same thing as the freak-offs that were heavily detailed in Cassie's now settled lawsuit, as well as the federal government in their case against the mogul.
The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
So Diddy did some bad stuff. Him putting his hands on a woman, we don't agree with that at all. Him bringing people across state lines for sex work, apparently, because they just said that he's indicted on sex trafficking charges, and that's why he's in the pen or wherever he is in the holding right now. But it feels like that's what he's being taken down for at this time, and that's why I say this is bigger than just Diddy. It's a Hollywood thing. It's a media thing. It's an entertainment industry thing. Like, come on, bro, we all know that Diddy was the only one that was supplying women. He may have had a connect on the subset of women out there, but he wasn't the only one that was supplying, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. This stuff all strange. The conversation a while back was, is Diddy gonna bring everybody down with him? Is Diddy gonna go on a run? Is he gonna try to get rid of himself? Who knows? But yeah, I don't think that it ends with him. I think he's just one piece in the larger puzzle.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
Hey, forcing people, that's some freaky stuff though. Forcing people to just get in front of you and go at it, you know what I'm saying? And then if they stop, you try to, I don't know, you start threatening them and so that's kind of crazy, man. That's kind of crazy.
And he often electronically recorded them.
Yeah, you gotta be some kind of sicko for that to be your way to, you know what I'm saying?
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB.
Now back to Phil. He sat down with journalist Mara S.
Had them folks charged up. He said, we going and we ain't stopped. I do not condone any of this. This is for entertainment purposes only. You hear me? Golly.
Campo in an expanded episode for Investigation Discoveries.
Let's see what Buddy talk about. What you got to say, man?
Now, watching the episode was a little eerie as many voice notes from Diddy to Phil were played for the viewers. So you can hear Diddy asking for things like chocolate for women, or to clean up, or to get a plan B, or even get him drugs like mushrooms or Cialis, which is for erectile dysfunction. Now, many
Diddy up in there popping them blue boys.
of the details he shared were also echoed in his lawsuit. But we learned new details, including that Phil testified before a grand jury back in October in Diddy's case. Now, we learned from his 32-page lawsuit that Diddy allegedly instructed Phil to supply a range of drugs and sex toys for his days-long sexual escapades, and he was instructed to be a part of the cleanup crew after. Now, during his sit-down interview with
Hey, man, put in the chat how much you'll have to get paid to be the cleanup guy for a sex party. I want to know y'all thoughts, man. This fool literally just...
Mara Escampo, Phil said, "We usually had a laundry list of items that included lights, alcohol, marijuana, ketamine, Molly. You have mushrooms on top of there, baby oil, and Astroglide are very important. Candles, incense, Apple TVs, electronics, computers, iPads. Obviously, there was, male libido supplements, stuff like that." Phil added those requests would become more frequent, and by frequent, on a
Tails in there
daily
going off.
basis. He claimed they were required to have those items frequently stocked. Now, Phil said he wasn't in the rooms when the Wild King nights or freak-offs took place, so he said he couldn't speak to whether or not he heard those involved give consent. So who was there? Phil said it was young women who were impressionable, didn't have a lot of influence, mainly 20-somethings. He did say sometimes he would see new faces and then would never see them again. But he did recall one moment when he saw a woman physically shaking after a Wild King night. And when she was brought to a car, she said something along the lines of, "I've never done anything like this before." So what was the aftermath of the Wild King nights? Well, according to Phil's lawsuit, he would have to remove.
Is that a good thing? Oh, nope.
The drugs,
Not touching it.
the condoms, the sex toys, but also the bodily stains like blood, urine, fluids from sheets and furniture, and pack it all away. And the
That's nasty as heck, man. That's nasty as heck. Just imagine what they doing. And this guy got to go in there and clean it up, bro. Come on, man.
episode, though, he added that there would be baby oil everywhere in the tubs, on the furniture, and more. And if you're wondering where these nights recorded,
But he was in there having a slip and slide.
according to Phil, they were, and he saw evidence of it. When asked if he saw his former boss get violent, he remembered another moment where Diddy
It's crazy. All right, so let's say that all of this was consensual. Everybody who went into these Wild King nights, they all signed the NDA. They was like, "Yo, I'm down. I want to have a crazy night. Let's get to it." You still got to be a freaky dude, bro, for the parties to go that far, man. Diddy, you a FAN. Y'all know the FAN is. Same thing Drake is. Diddy, you a FAN, gang.
allegedly was violent with a young woman. He said this alleged assault happened at his home in Florida, and he saw Diddy allegedly kick a young woman twice. She fell to the floor. Diddy told her to take off his hoodie, leaving the woman topless. Now, Phil said he used a jacket he was wearing
Yeah, the abuse, we don't laugh at abuse. That's not funny at all.
to cover her up, and then she was just put in an Uber.
Consensual activities, hey, we all grown, rock out. But you putting your hand on a woman, taking advantage of your position of power, you know what I'm saying? Nah,
And sent home.
none of that.
He said that woman ended up returning after Diddy showered her with gifts. And this also echoes many of the allegations made in other lawsuits as well.
I ain't gonna hold you. It sound about right.
Another
It's like you get these people that are impressionable, may not come from a lot, but they, they might be beautiful people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, I'm gonna put all of this money in front of you. I know you need it. I know your people need it. I know somebody in your family needs some money for something, and you ain't gonna say no to this. And so come here, just deal with whatever I put up on you and take this money. And that ain't right, bro. A term I've been hearing more and more is financial abuse, and that's exactly what that is.
shocking moment
And we got to recognize it and stop it, bro. It's not right.
during Phil's time working for Diddy is that the former executive assistant
Just keep your money to yourself. You're going to use it to try to control people. Just stack it up, you feel me?
allegedly
Ain't a lot of things as fun as sharing your money with other people, though. But you know what I'm saying, if there's gonna be consequences and repercussions to you sharing it, just go stack it up, man. Turning your money into more money is kind of fun too. You feel me? So find something else to do with it.
Was told by the mogul to prove his loyalty to him. And by proving his loyalty, it wasn't fetching his favorite meal or running an important errand for Diddy.
Through your loyalty, Diddy finna turn him out.
Bill was allegedly told to
Allegedly. Everything I'm saying is allegedly.
Prove his loyalty.
But he could be doing all this just to try to get a cash grab while Diddy going through his lawsuit that he's trying to beat and face. So who knows? You know what I'm saying? This is all alleged and it's all entertainment. Watching this video.
By having sex with someone
they
right
going
in
through
front of
shit.
Diddy. Now, Phil also made this claim in his lawsuit. Wasn't fetching his favorite meal or running an important errand for Diddy. Bill was allegedly told to prove his loyalty by having sex with someone right in front of Diddy. Now Phil also
FAN, man.
Made this claim in his lawsuit, but delved more into it in the episode where he was visibly emotional and teared up recalling this moment. He said he was grabbed by the shoulders like a coach would do to a player before a game and handed a condom. Phil alleges that Diddy pushed him to the young woman who was sitting on the couch. He said the woman signaled her consent and Phil engaged in sexual activity with her. Phil said he was reluctant to do it, but did it because of fear of retribution. He said the job eventually weared him down, and like I mentioned before, he left in 2021, 3 years before Diddy's arrest. But
as I hear this, I think about the information that just come out about DJ Academics. It's like these guys, they know they doing things that, all right, I'm gonna say it like this. I feel like if you grew up in a black household in like the 80s, 90s, you know what I'm saying? We were raised kind of similar, you know, kind of similar, regardless of where you were, you know, at geographically in the United States. We was all raised kind of similar. We had similar morals and ethics. And I feel like Diddy, DJ Academics, these other guys, they know that the things they doing aren't right. And that's when they try to bring other people into it. You know what I'm saying? So with Diddy, it's like, all right, you want to be my assistant? Go freak off this little shorty or whatever, you know, I don't know what he got going on. Go freak off this person in front of me. I want to watch you do it. Diddy patting him on the shoulder, hyping him up like he about to go into a basketball game. And then you got DJ Academics. You know, the whole thing came out with him. They say DJ Academics like 35 years old, 30-something years old. And he's talking to this 15-year-old on the online communication app, online telephone app. And he's talking to him, asking him if he had sex before and all kinds of other stuff. And it's like, it's grooming. But I look back and it's like, I just feel like these folks know that they're doing wrong and they want somebody else to be involved in it with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going against, in the back of their mind, their better judgment, what it's telling them to do. But it's like, hey, if I can do it and now they doing it too, then it kind of validate that, hey, what I'm doing may not be so bad or something. You know, I don't know what the psychology is behind it, but that's the thought that initially came to me. And hearing Buddy, hearing what happened with him and his assistant made me think about the most recent news that came out about Academics. Yeah, both of them FANs, man.
it might be very possible we could hear from Phil once again if he's called as a witness for Diddy's trial. Of course, Diddy's team responded to the docuseries. In a response to Phil's lawsuit, though, Diddy's legal team responded by writing, quote, "No matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason."
That's a very important part. And that's why you have to say allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know if any of this is true. It could all be a cash grab. It could all be an attempt to stop him from buying NBC. You know what they say about Bill Cosby? He trying to buy NBC. That's why they sent him to jail. Dumb stuff, but you know, who knows what it really is, man. It's these billion-dollar games they play. But like I say, we don't know what happened behind them closed doors. Hopefully everything was consensual. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to imagine that he was doing all of this stuff against people's will. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully all this was consensual. And this his assistant is just trying to do a cash grab. He may be, he may not be though. And in my heart of heart, I think he'd have seen some things. And I also think that there's a world in which he probably seen some things. He was complicit in some things. And he also like checked his bank account this morning. And it's like, I ain't got the kind of money that I want to have in there. And if If my payday is going to jail for the rest of his life and I ain't gonna have no more ways to get money, then I probably try to eat as much as I can right now. And I could see somebody doing that. Not that I agree with it or I think it's right, but it is a dog eat dog world out here.
Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail in court, end quote.
Confident is crazy.
And in response to the docu-series, his attorneys told The Hollywood Reporter, these documentaries are rushing to cash in on the media circus surrounding Mr. Combs.
I agree with that.
The producers failed to provide sufficient times or details for his representatives to address unsubstantiated claims, many from unidentified participants whose allegations lack context. By withholding this information, they made it impossible for Mr. Combs to present facts to counter these fabricated accusations. This production is clearly intended to present a one-sided and prejudicial narrative. As we said before, Mr. Combs cannot respond to every publicity stunt or facially ridiculous claim. He has full confidence in the facts and the judicial process where the truth will prevail. The accusations against him are pure fiction.
Lawyer talked to push back, but you can say that he didn't do the the new allegations and all the sexual crimes and whatnot, but we got him on 4K, in 4K, excuse me, putting his hands on that young lady, and so that by itself is enough to warrant some kind of legal action, justice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like the statute of limitations is up on certain things, but
So many documentaries out now about Sean Combs, aka Diddy, and with so many new documentaries, now there's new accusations, there's new allegations. But let's break down Phil's claims with criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Julie Rendelman. Julie, always so great to see you. What's your reaction to Phil Pines' claims? He says that part of his job was to clean up these wild king nights or these freak offs, as well as prove his loyalty by having sex with a woman in front of Diddy.
I ain't gonna hold you. We ain't finna listen to her opinion. You know what I'm saying? We got mine. But yeah, it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here. Let's see how this video ends.
Any additional charges because they can go back into that person.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that is what it is. Hey, like I say, man, y'all make sure y'all being safe out here. Make sure y'all ain't having no freak offs, you know what I'm saying, no wild king nights. And if you are, make sure that you have consent. You feel me? But yeah, man, that's what it is. Apparently, the people close to Diddy, is it a cash grab? Or are they really just coming to light with the things they seen? Why they ain't coming to light earlier? You know what I'm saying? Why you wait till now? I'm pretty sure you had this information for years. So is he complicit? You know what I'm saying? Who knows, man? It feels like a cash grab, but also we know that that Buddy done some dark and dastardly deeds. So who knows? But we gonna keep our eyes on this thing, man. We're gonna keep watching it. We're gonna see what happens, man. Nardo out. Y'all be safe. Peace.